So here's a question most channels skip before hyping a platform. What if the founder of a crypto bank had spent 13 years running the IT systems inside real banks? That's the fascinating part of the Globiance story. The man who kept Citibank's servers online overnight built one of the first decentralized exchanges on the XDC network, and a money app spanning 9 currencies. But I'll give you the honest verdict up front because that's the point of this channel. The idea is brilliant. The execution hit a serious wall in 2024. And today, Globiance is almost a perfect case study in how to evaluate any crypto platform before you trust it with a dollar. So let's walk through it, the good, the clever, and what you really need to know. So let's start with the man behind it, because this is the part nobody digs up. Oliver Marco La Rosa was born in Frankfurt in 1979, and his first company had nothing to do with finance. In 1999, he founded Server Arena, reportedly the first company in Europe to rent game servers to esports clans, before most people knew the word esports. He sold it to a gaming company in 2002. And here's where it matters. He became an independent IT contractor, and his biggest client was Citibank in Frankfurt, where for 8 years he ran their production and network support around the clock. Then he moved to Malta and spent 5 more years servicing banks across 7 European countries, including the Icono Group. So when he started Globiance in 2018, he wasn't a trader who stumbled into crypto. He was a banking infrastructure guy who knew exactly how a real bank's plumbing works. And he put the vision plainly. Quote, Globiance is a fusion between a bank and a cryptocurrency exchange, letting clients keep their crypto and their fiat money on the same platform and easily convert between them. He bootstrapped it with his wife Irina and a small team. No outside investment, in the middle of a brutal crypto winter. And one principle from the start, quote, from day one, we plan to conduct KYC and AML on a banking level. Quick beginner note, a fusion of a bank and an exchange just means one app where your euros and your Bitcoin sit side by side, and you flip between them without wiring money out to a separate exchange. That's the whole pitch. Bank-grade structure brought to crypto. Okay, so what did they actually build? This is ambitious, so let's give credit where it's due. Globiance bundles things that normally live in separate apps. Multi-currency accounts in euros, dollars, Singapore, and Hong Kong dollars. A crypto wallet holding Bitcoin, Ethereum, XDC, XRP, and their own tokens. A full exchange. And Globiance DEX, which went live in December 2021 as one of the very first decentralized exchanges on XDC. Small honesty note, because details matter. You'll hear Globiance called the first decentralized exchange on XDC. It was one of the first. A rival called XSwap was announced about 2 weeks earlier. Genuine first mover, just not unchallenged. Then the clever piece, Globiance Pay e-money. It spans 9 currencies, dollars, euros, pounds, yen, Swiss francs, and more, each a digital one-to-one stand-in for the real thing. And Globiance is careful to say this is not a stablecoin. It's electronic money, issued under e-money regulation. That sounds like a technicality, but it's real. E-money is a regulated instrument where your funds are supposed to be ring-fenced and returnable on demand. A different legal animal from a typical stablecoin. And on top of it all, the Globiance cards. Tiered, with cash back up to 10%, travel and medical insurance, and at the top tier, airport lounge access through Priority Pass on a major card network. So the consumer pitch is real. Fiat accounts, crypto, a rewards card, and e-money, all under one login. More integrated than most retail crypto apps even attempt. Hold that thought, because soon we'll see what happened when users tried to get their money back out. So let's pop the hood, and don't worry. I'll keep this friendly, whether you're brand new or a veteran. At the center of the ecosystem is a token called GBEX, and its job is utility, paying lower fees, staking, voting, and unlocking the higher card tiers. But the mechanic underneath is the fun part. Globiance calls GBEX the world's first deflationary exchange token. In plain English, every time the token moves, the contract takes a 4% slice. 2% gets permanently burned, sent to a wallet nobody can ever open, and the other 2% gets sprinkled across everyone already holding it. So every transaction quietly shrinks the supply and rewards the holders. There's even a rule in the contract stopping any single wallet from holding more than 0.5% of the supply, an anti-whale cap baked right in. And just so we're clear, I'm not talking price at all. This is purely how it's designed to work. Globiance also issues fiat-pegged coins, one tracking the dollar, one the euro, each meant to hold at 1-to-1. And it all runs on the XDC network, which, if you caught our XDC 101, settles a transaction in about 2 seconds for basically no fee, and it's Ethereum compatible, so developers can build easily. Fun detail: Globiance's founder calls the XDC founders longtime friends and business partners, so this wasn't a random chain pick. And on safety, Globiance says it keeps most crypto offline, in cold wallets needing multiple signatures to move anything. Keep that promise in mind too, because the next chapter is where this gets very real. Okay, this is the part I'd want someone to tell me straight. So here it is. Calm, factual, straight from the primary sources. In 2024, something went badly wrong with Globiance's staking system on its older platform, run by its Lithuanian arm. And I'll use Globiance's own words from the CEO's public letter. Quote, "A critical flaw in the staking software allowed malicious actors to exploit the system. Investigations suggest insider involvement may have bypassed internal safeguards. This exploitation drained liquidity." So, to their credit, they didn't hide it. The CEO put his name on that. But the fallout is serious. They've been refunding users in phases, and on their own transparency page this month, about 62% of users had been fully refunded, though the letter counts it differently, saying 81% of the affected tokens are back. Two ways of measuring, and full repayment could take up to a year. Then, the regulatory picture, and I want to be precise here. In April 2025, Singapore's Monetary Authority added Globiance to its investor alert list. Now, that does not mean Singapore found fraud. It means a company that may be wrongly perceived as being licensed by them, a not licensed by us warning. In El Salvador, it goes further. The regulator there temporarily suspended Globiance's license in October 2025, pending a review. Its European footprint thinned too. The Estonian entity is in liquidation, and its Lithuanian registration was reportedly pulled in late 2024. And on Trustpilot, reviews sit around 2 out of 5, mostly from users frustrated about slow withdrawals. Now, in fairness, the other side. Globiance published that letter, runs a public refund tracker it actually updates, is repaying in waves, and brought in an outside expert, Andre Casterman, a trade finance veteran with over 20 years at Swift, to independently review whether the refund plan is even realistic. So this isn't a company that went dark. But here's the honest line you can't skip. Disclosure is not the same thing as resolution. So where does that leave Globiance, and where's it going? They've moved everything onto a new platform they call version 3, and the CEO says it's fully rebuilt with extra security monitoring. Though I'll be straight, that's the company's own claim, with no published outside audit yet. The Casterman review has been commissioned, but as of now, it hasn't been released. And here's one a lot of channels get wrong, so let me clear it up. Is artificial intelligence part of Globiance? The honest answer is no. Search Globiance and AI, and you'll land on completely separate lookalike sites with similar names. The actual exchange and bank has no AI product, and nothing about AI on its roadmap. I'd rather tell you that plainly than sell you a buzzword. Their real roadmap, gold and silver-backed tokens, an NFT marketplace, more regional licenses, mostly looks paused while the company focuses on refunds and that migration. They do have real partnerships across XDC and an older 2022 metaverse tie-up. But honestly, the most valuable thing here isn't even Globiance. It's the lesson it hands you for free. So, the recommendation plainly. If you're ever tempted by a platform like this, the responsible move is to wait. Wait until the refunds are finished, withdrawals are visibly flowing, the licensing is restored, and there's a real third-party audit, not marketing copy. And the skill that protects you everywhere, always check which exact legal entity you're signing up with and whether it's licensed in your own country. Globiance has many entities in many countries, and as we saw, they're not all in the same standing. Learn to read that one thing, and you'll dodge a lot of trouble in crypto. So, pulling it all together, Globiance is a genuinely interesting idea, a real fusion of a bank and a crypto exchange, with one of XDC's first decentralized exchanges and a clever 9-currency money app. And it's also a live lesson in why due diligence matters. A serious exploit, an ongoing refund, and regulators flagging it in more than one country. Both are true at once, and you're allowed to hold both. The honest takeaway? Admire the ambition, learn from the stumble, and never skip the homework. If Globiance finishes its refunds, restores its licensing, and gets a real audit, this becomes a comeback story worth revisiting. Until then, you watch, you learn, and you keep your guard up. That's what being smart in this space looks like. So if this helped you size up any crypto platform a little more clearly, do me a favor. Like the video, subscribe, and tap that bell. Drop a comment with the project you want me to break down next. And follow me on X at IINMotion for more institutional crypto every week.